Well, welcome to Provo tonight, Cougar hockey fans. Tonight, your BYU Cougars take on the Northern Arizona Ice Jacks out of Flagstaff, Arizona. They are all in part of the Beehive Showcase, which is playing here in the state of Utah. We will give you a quick rundown of what's been going on. Their Cougars last night defeated Loyola Marymount, LMU, 4-1. Goals by Alex Stroud, Alex Osborne, Chase Christensen, and I believe tail end goal. Rounded out the scoring. LMU picked up one. Just a quick rundown of scores from the tournament. Yesterday's scores: Boise State lost to Montana State 3-4 in overtime at the Weber County Ice Sheet in Ogden. And then Weber State defeated the same Ice Jacks 2-1. Weber State playing some good hockey right now. Really good hockey, actually. Up in Logan, yesterday, Arizona State lost 4-0 to University of Mary, who you saw 2 nights ago here defeat the Cougars. And then a little bit of a surprise, Utah State lost to Northern Colorado 4-1. Cougars beat them 5-3 last week in Greeley, Colorado. And then Utah Valley was defeated last night. UVU was defeated by Providence 14-1. Catches you up on the scores throughout the showcase tournament. There's about 12, 13 teams here. In the state of Utah, playing various each other's teams as we work and get ready for the upcoming Thanksgiving break, which will come up this next week. A couple of statistics really quick. Bear with me just a moment. The NAU Ice Jacks come in with a season record overall of 8-6. They're 3-1 at home and 5-5 on the road. While your Cougars are 6-11. After last night's victory. Six and 11, 3-5 at home, and 3-6 on the road. Statistically speaking, Cougars, Alex Stroud, number 9, leading the team with 20 points on 9 assists and 11 goals. Jacob Eisenstadt sitting in second place with 19 points on 9 goals and 10 assists, back from the blue line. And Alex Barris, 4 goals and 14 assists for 18 points. And the other scorer that shows up here, double-digit scores, Ian Thunhorst with 6 goals and 9 assists for 15 points. Ian's not playing tonight. He's been out for the last 3 days. He had some bruised ribs, so he didn't get a chance to get those healed. Northern Arizona comes in with 6 players in double digits. Lucas Lomax with 18 points. Malachi Bushy, 15 points. Alex Shoup, 14 points on 7 goals, 7 assists, even split. Number 22, Jeremy Mills, 7 goals and 4 assists for 11 points. 2 players at that, he and Jacob Nelson. We'll get started here shortly. Let's give a little bit of love to our sponsors for just a moment.
Welcome to Provo, Utah, at Peaks Ice Arena, as your BYU Cougars are set to take on the Northern Arizona Ice Jacks. Joining me here tonight is Brent Ring, and I'm Jeffrey Barber for night 3 of the Beehive Invitational. As starting lineup comes out, you see Alex Barris starting at center. Chase Christensen had a big night last night with a shorthanded goal and an assist on the game winner. And Alex Stroud at right wing had a shorthanded goal as well. Jacob Eisenstadt, number 5. And then Ethan Martinez will come out as a member of the starting defensive pairing. And starting in between the pipes for the third night is Jeremy Manzella, who's had 2 really strong outings this weekend, as he really held the Cougars in to what ended up being a rough loss on Thursday, and then held in last night on a 4-2 victory for the Cougars. Gave up the first goal early in the second period, and then the Cougars rallied with 4 unanswered goals to beat the other team. Boy, my brain has it escaped me. It was all the way yesterday that game was played, and
oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we
national anthem sung tonight and allowed my stroke symptoms to subside. It was Loyola Marymount that we played last night. Cougars holding on for a 4-1 victory.
Cougar fans, are you ready for a hockey game tonight?
And tonight, taking on the Northern Arizona University Lumberjacks up here this weekend from Flagstaff. I was able to go on a road trip last year with the Cougars down in Arizona and played in a very small barn in Flagstaff that the Northern Arizona faithful had stuffed to the gills, and saw a great game that the Cougars ended up losing in overtime. Northern Arizona comes in tonight with a 8-6 overall record. 3-1 at home and even on the road, and after having played 2 games here this weekend already, with a narrow loss last night to Weber State, and I believe a loss in Logan on Thursday night, losing 5-4 in Logan and then 2-1 last night. So face-off is down and underway and held up at the boards. And
Offside on the Ice Jacks.
got a Northern Arizona player down at the blue line. They will reset with a neutral zone face-off. Alex Barris takes the face-off, pulls it back. Glove down and shot blocked. Comes back out to Alex Barris, who tries to flip it out to the outside to Chase Christensen and doesn't get there. Chase Christensen levels a player down. BYU gains control of the puck again. Barris crushed into the boards there, but gets the puck up high to Ethan Martinez, and that is deflected away. Jacob Eisenstadt steers it back into the neutral zone, where it's grabbed by Chase Christian, thrown on net deep into the Ice Jack zone, and that'll give the Cougars an opportunity to change up. Sam Rudder will chase that down below the red line. Cycle back to his defensive partner tonight, Chris Heck. Heck gets it to Nelson at the blue line. He'll chip it up. And Jake Adams will chip it down into the zone, chased into the red line there by Nixon Barber. And out of the zone of the red line, cross ice center to number 23 for Northern Arizona. Nelson able to get it out and chip back in by Jordan Nolan, number 4 for Northern Arizona. And BYU will dump in and change in behind again. Pressure there from Smith. Puck gets out. Crosses the blue line, gets over to 23, who throws it across the crease, trying to find Malachi Bushy on the pass from Alex Shute. And BYU will regain possession of the puck. Heck gets it to Eisenstadt, and 8 there. Lucas Lomax tried to glove that down and does, brings it in on side, and then turns it back over. BYU look to have a man advantage with Eisenstadt and Udall, but the Lumberjacks are able to even things out and get the turnover, and now they've got a shorthanded situation, or I'm sorry, an odd man situation. They get into the zone 3-on-1 and unable to do anything with the puck. Up to the high slot and thrown wide of the net. Down low, trying to find 18 is Jacob Nelson. Jordan Nolan will control back to Nelson at the point. Shot goes on goal and deflected away by Jerry Manzella and out of the zone by Alex Stroud. Lumberjacks will bring it back in on side as Race Miller bring it up high to the point, and Fanning on the shot there. Back across to the other defensive end, and that one will make it through. A lot of traffic in front of Jerry Manzella, and just a hard low wrist shot. Didn't look like it was deflected or tipped anywhere, just got there. And on the second shot of the evening, Northern Arizona will take a 1-0 lead.
The number 2, is that Jake Beck that scored that?
Not sure. It came from the left point.
Northern Arizona goal scored by number 2, Jacob.
Yeah, Jake Beck.
Unassisted. Time of the goal.
With the goal.
Of the first period. Again, that goal is to Beck.
BYU fighting along the boards there. Gets it back to Sam Rudder, who chips it up and out. And BYU unable to gather the puck. Picked up by Northern Arizona and thrown into the zone. Chris Heck will take it behind the net. Up to Sam Rudder. Sam chips it up to Chris Udall, gets it out, and it's thrown right back in by Northern Arizona. Heck cycles it back, reverse back to Chris Udall. Udall to Rudder, Rudder out, and turned over and dumped right back in. And Northern Arizona trying to get a rush going here, and that puck is deflected out on a number 29. Ian Acuna was trying to dump that back in deep and deflected out by the Cougars, so we'll have a face-off here inside the offensive zone.
Good pressure by the Ice Jacks to start out the game. I think they weren't too happy about that loss up at Weber State last night, and coming out playing a little bit more aggressive tonight.
Yeah, they've come a long way to have lost 2 games by 2 goals, and so they'll be looking to have some positive vibes as they get back on the bus and head back down to Flagstaff tonight. As BYU looking to get out of the zone. BYU is struggling with a couple of things that have been kind of hallmarks for struggles throughout the season. One is clearing the puck, and the other is maintaining offensive pressure. Most of their goals last night came on breakout plays or 2 short-handed goals. This is Alex Barris kicks that up ahead and breaks in, and puck falls to Chase Christensen. He's unable to get it. Save is made there by the goalie and kicked off to the left. Stroud will cycle back low. Alex Barris is there, controls the puck.
A little bit of a hold there by 16. Didn't get called. Wrapped his arm right around his shoulders.
The old adage is if you've got one of your hands off your stick, if you've got one hand on your stick, you're probably in trouble there. As BYU's got to come out and touch up, and puck is chipped out there, regained by the Cougars, lost again. Sloppy neutral zone here. Finally brought in onside, and Adams has it, throws it across where Eisenstadt will get to it and get it out to Hayden Nelson. Hung up at the red line. Big hit there from Nixon Barber on Tucker Honing. Shot on, and Jeremy Manzella came out and poke checked that away. It came to the stick of a Northern Arizona defender before Jeremy could really regain his position back in the goal crease. Wrist shot into the glove side corner, and 4 shots and 2 goals gives Northern Arizona a 2-0 lead with 14:22 remaining here in the first period.
That's a tough situation to be in on 4 shots. They were both out high. They weren't in weren't a lot of traffic. To Jeremy's credit, he's this is his 6th of 6 games.
Yeah, Jeremy's been a busy guy back there and facing a ton of shots over each of those games as that puck is thrown high over the net. Behind the net there is picked up by Heck. Turned back over. He loses the stick. BYU seems to be far more intent on hitting people and not really playing the puck. Northern Arizona's been able to just continue to steer away from the attempted checks there and retain the puck, finding a lot of space and a 3rd goal. As number 4 there from Northern Arizona, Jordan Nolan, just picked up the puck on the sideboards and just worked his way through the near entirety of the Cougar defense and walked it right in and backhanded it over Jeremy. And we had a little bit of a rough patch like this Thursday night where every other shot resulted in a goal in the third period.
Yeah, it was the third period.
It was the third period, yeah. And on 6 shots, the Lumberjacks are now looking at a 3-0 lead with 13-11. And here comes number 23, who finds the 5-hole. Alex Shoup finds the 5-hole, but steers it wide of the net. And a little bit of a break there as he came in unchecked and gets that good shot off. BYU looking to create something offensively and turns the puck over into Eisenstadt. Good job there holding his ground. He'll drive the puck forward into the offensive zone and retains it to get deep, looking for Cougars to help out. Puck will come into the middle where they get sent in deep by Jacob Nelson. Barber will pick it up at the red line, looking to get these Cougars moving. Martinez, his pass is intercepted and thrown back in.
Lots of telegraph passes. Defense aren't moving up to force a play to take them and then make that pass. A lot of time for the defense to set up.
Shot deflected there by Ethan Martinez. Carried up the blue line and chipped out by Ethan as a host of Cougars look to change. Race Miller there turns the puck over to Smith. Smith gets a shot on the rebound out in front, but kicked aside finally. BYU will pick up and hold in, and then finally out. And a real half-hearted penalty call there by the official is there's a little bit of stick activity, and the Northern Arizona player just dropped his stick and looked around and found a willing participant in the official who called it interference. And Chris Udall will put BYU on the first penalty kill for the evening. They were able to go.
BYU was perfect last night in penalty kills.
I believe it was 5 for 5, wasn't
Yep.
it? Yeah. And opportunity to be tested early is you got Stroud, Barris, Heck, and
including a 5-on-3.
And Rudder, yeah. A full 2-minute 5-on-3, which is a rarity in and of itself, and then to come out of that without giving up a goal, and really not even any good shot attempts, and picked up a shorthanded goal at the beginning of that 5-on-3.
This
so.
Ice Jack power play looks like it moves a little bit more than the LMU power play did.
As they cycled the puck all the way around, find it back in on the right side, low boards, the face-off circle, and throws down low. Stuff attempt there from Lucas Lomax. BYU unable to clear, collected there in the corner by Nick Legaki. Puck will find its way back up to the high point. Legaki gets it again in the face-off circle, and that shot is deflected. Blocked there by Chris Heck, and the Cougars will change out and get onside as both sides make big changes. Big hit there but from Heck. Puck will find its way down low along the boards, up high, and a good stick there from Chase Christensen and thrown all the way down to the other end. 30 seconds left in the Udall Minor, 9:56, and one shot attempt so far here on this power play as Nelson brings it in, takes it deep. Followed there by Barber. Barber hands him off to Martinez. Martinez up to Osborne, who will follow the blue line over. Jordan Nolan gets it off to Nelson, who gets a high shot that finds glass. And Cougars back to even strength. And just as Chris Udall comes out of the box, good back check there from the Cougars to prevent a shot attempt as the Lumberjack in the high crease, and they're able to pull
Udall's
the puck
going to
out.
pick up another penalty.
Looks like he's probably going to get a slash or a hook as BYU was able to keep the puck from going into the net. Chris able to spend a good 10 or 15 seconds out of the box that time before resuming his position.
Now, and he missed a bit of an opportunity, that 2-on-1 with Eisenstadt to pass the puck over and take a good opportunity.
So BYU
probably would have gotten it back.
Yeah,
for a tap in.
Face-off won by Northern Arizona. There along the left boards, and then down below, chased there by Malachi Bushy. Bushy gets it back up high to Ligaki. Ligaki down low and back up to Dimitri Thorson. Send it back up to Bushy. Bushy cross. A good deflection there by Alex Barris is able to get that puck out of the zone. Arizona, the red line, drop it and bring it in onside. Caught in the skates, but kicked out there by Lomax. Lomax shot deflected away by Heck.
Kick the puck out of the zone.
Down low along the sideboards and wide open on the far side was Ligaki, but he was unable to get that shot down. Good play there by Rudder. Steer that pass away. Face-off circle and shot into the glove there from Lomax. Manziel able to see that one clearly. It was a little wide of the cage, but he gloved that down. And 49 seconds left here in the penalty for the Cougars. Fresh batch of kiddies out on the ice with Eisenstadt, Christensen, Martinez, and Adams. Eisenstadt will collect the puck and two Northern Arizona players. Christensen goes in to help. Puck is loose and finally picked up there by Jeremy Mills. Martinez takes it away and sends it up high on the boards. Carried along the line by Jordan Nolan and then tossed out for the Cougars as we're under 20 seconds here left in the penalty. They'll hold the puck behind the net. Try to set something up, get it up near the blue line, come in on side and get a good opportunity there. Chested down from Manzella. And BYU will be back even strength again, is gloved at the blue line. Thrown back into the zone, that'll be a hand pass. And BYU will be back to even strength for the first time in about 4 minutes. With a brief break in there, about a 10 or 15 second space between penalties, but 6:50 left, and BYU here with an opportunity to play some 5-on-5 hockey and try to get a goal back, narrow this 3-0 Lumberjack lead. Rudder tied up at the red line, covered by and taken deep into the defensive zone there by Northern Arizona. Forecheck there on him.
Another missed trip.
That's a tough one to miss right in front of 3 officials, but no trip called.
Caused a direct turnover.
Back to Northern Arizona. Good stick check there from Osborne. Picked up again there by Northern Arizona. Dropped off for Ashton Donovan, who tries to throw it across. And dump back in where the Cougars will pick it up. Heck gets it to Rudder. Rudder finds a streaking Alex Stroud. Good shot, good blocker save there. Kicked out, and BYU holding the zone right now. Heck will get it back at the blue line. That shot's deflected by Ashton Donovan. It'll find its way back into the BYU end. Heck will play it over to Eisenstadt. Eisenstadt up to Barris. Barris will find the stick of Chase Christensen. He'll chip it on net and allow the Cougars to change in. Stroud did a good job. There was not a lot of open space, but he found a way to chip the puck through everybody and find it up to his forehand, and maybe rushed his shot just a touch, but a good save there from the goalie as he got it onto the blocker. Yeah. Face-off win for the Cougars, and Martinez's shot smothered by a diving defenseman.
That's one of those opportunities where that kid goes down, you got to skate right around him. Get yourself in just a little bit closer and take that opportunity.
Puck dumped back in low. BYU with a forecheck there. Adams and Barber. Comes up to the left boards and chipped out along the wall. Smith gets bumped off.
Interference call. That'll be a call.
Yeah. BYU with a man advantage gets a play to the net. Barber fighting for and regaining possession of the puck. And finally touched up there by Northern Arizona. And yeah, a penalty there from Cole Tideman, as he came in and it looked like he was trying to hold himself back and bumped into the Cougar player who went down. And I'd say it was too obvious of a call to not be called, but I thought that about 4 or 5 no calls so far already, as Barris wins the puck, comes back to Eisenstadt. Eisenstadt back in to Martinez. Martinez has the puck taken away and thrown down deep, where Eisenstadt will pick it up. The Cougars will restart. Eisenstadt leaves for Stroud. Stroud in with some speed. Holds up, fires it across to Barris. Barris lofts it across. Christensen just misses the net. Northern Arizona tries to fire at the length of the ice, but Eisenstadt able to collect it and drop it back in. Barris will bring it back in again. Gets in deep down along the half wall. Martinez to Barris. Barris up to Eisenstadt. Finds Stroud down at the goal line, who tries to find Barris coming in. And then that puck is lifted out as we pass the minute mark here in the penalty. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to play here in the first period. Cougars down 3-0, but have stiffened on the defensive end here over the last 10 or so minutes, allowing fewer shots, and those shots are not making it in anywhere. Chase Christensen shot was really going to sail wide, but was deflected into a much closer, looked like it was going to go wide to the glove side and deflected wide to the blocker side. And it was a much closer play than it would have been had they not been deflected by the defender.
I was watching the offside as that play came through, and a couple of guys just didn't really follow through with that to go in with Chase. I think he would have liked to have had some help.
Adams able to get control of the puck, takes it down in behind the net, loses the puck there up along the boards, checked off the puck there by Barb. The puck will get to Chase Christensen. Christensen will collect and go up high to Eisenstadt, and Northern Arizona with an opportunity here. And just as the penalty was expiring, the Cougars will give up their 4th goal. And odd man rush, and the first shot found the leg pads of Jerry Manzella and then ends up in the back of the net by the trailing player, and they're going to take the captain, Nixon Barber, off the ice for something I haven't seen yet. Waiting for an explanation on the penalty. I didn't see anything if it was a penalty on the the play itself, the goal would have negated it.
NAU goal scored by number 29, Ian Acuna, assisted by number 23, Alex Shoup. Time of the goal is 17:07 of the first
Puck
period.
deflected out by Alex Stroud.
Acuna from Shoup at 17:07 of the first period.
Northern Arizona comes back in.
BYU penalty to number 23, Nixon Barber, 2 minutes for slashing. This is a Texas Kids Down There penalty kill.
Just for those that may be out in the land, there is no such thing as home ice for BYU.
Shot covered up. What I'm confused about, and I'm clearly not I play, so I have a natural distaste and distrust of officials, but where does a slashing penalty come on a play like that? Wouldn't the goal have negated any slash?
The only opportunity for that to occur would have happened if he whacked somebody after the goal had already been scored.
So
if it was a delayed call and then they scored, that would be one thing.
Quick pass into the high slot and deflected up and over Jeremy Manzella. And BYU, with 1:51 left here in the first period, finds himself staring at a 5-0 disadvantage. 5 goals on 15 shots. With the exception of just a hot minute, around the 17-minute mark, BYU has looked a little bit sluggish and sloppy. I think anytime you have a 3-game set and coming off of a last weekend with 3 rough games, and now here 3 difficult games, you're gonna have to bring it. And BYU has certainly been on their heels a little bit here in the first period, and looking to find something here to provide a spark as they go into the second. That one's chipped in deep by Adams. 1:20 to play here in the first. And BYU will get its first call of the evening as they get a icing. And you were saying there's no home ice advantage. Come on.
Might be being a little cynical, and as a former official, I don't normally like to poke fingers too much.
I can't say that the BYU. I didn't see the play that got Nixon his penalty, but none of the penalties that I've seen called against BYU have been egregious penalties that should not have been called. The only thing I feel like there have been a number of times where,
to NAU's credit, they're playing a very good game.
Stroud in on net and great tracking there from the goalie. And it makes the save, turns it back around, and gets NAU headed back the other direction. Alex Barris will play it down off the boards. Puck will come up to Chase Christensen, who's got a 1-on-3 of 30 seconds. And he will draw a penalty. And that's a defensive lapse. When you get a single white jersey and you're in a trio of defensive players, you don't have to do any extracurricular stick work. You just have to let space take care of itself. And Chase able to draw a penalty. BYU with 29 seconds left here in the first period and their second man advantage. Puck comes up and out of the zone. Christensen looking for a little bit of a different hop off the boards. Eisenstadt tried to chip that back up and unable to, and turns it over to Northern Arizona. Northern Arizona gets it up to Nixon Barber and taken back away and thrown back in deep. 4 seconds left.
It's just clear plays like this. You got a power play, and you choose to just chip it off the glass, trying to clear the zone, even though you've got numbers. Cycle back and grab that puck and look for a couple opportunities. Keep control of it. Cougars are just playing very, they play and they look like they're tired.
Right.
And granted, this 6 games for them in the last 2 weeks, 3 in a row. Last week, 3 in a row this week.
And not easy games. They played, physical contests last week on the road in Colorado, and certainly last night and Thursday were. Thursday was a track meet. Friday was a little bit more of a rugged game, but BYU is going to have a rough look in the mirror here as they go into the first intermission, down 5-0, shots 15-8. They'll come back out with 1:32 to play on the power play and looking for a spark. When we come back after a break here, you'll have second period action as the Cougars try to claw their way back into this game from Provo at the Peaks Ice Arena.
There you go.
All right. Welcome back. A little delayed start to the visuals, at least here in the second period. BYU on the power play. 1934, missed 26 seconds there. BYU was able to set up in the offensive zone and shot there from the point, covered up by NAU. And BYU will take another face-off, won by Barris. Barris over to Eisenstadt. Eisenstadt will get the puck back over to Stroud. Stroud back up high to Eisenstadt and throws it just wide, looking for a tip there. It gets wide of the goal mouth and nothing happening there. BYU will retreat back into the defensive zone. Good forecheck, forces a turnover there from NAU. And that puck fortunately floats harmlessly across the goal mouth. 30 seconds left on the man advantage for the Cougars. They'll have to come back out and pick up some steam to head back into the offensive zone. Barris leave for Eisenstadt. Jacob will carry it in. On net, shot into the pads of Northern Arizona and drop down, and Arizona on a break as
Great save there by Manzella.
Great save there by Manzella as Lucas Lomax got in there and got Jeremy sliding the wrong direction. He was able to get back out there with his toe and stop that puck with 1 second left here in the Cougar power play. Clean up a couple of loose items from the first period. Brent was able to talk with the officials and we also had some messages sent from out in the Virginia officiating circles that, in the ACHA, on a delayed penalty is not canceled by the scoring a goal. So that's why the penalty to Barber that resulted in a goal still resulted in a penalty. BYU also, Jeremy Manzella playing in his 6th straight game, and that's out of necessity as Jared, his brother and partner in the goaltending situation, is nursing an injury. So Jeremy's been left with a ton of work over the last few weeks and has stood very well, and looks like more aggressive Cougar team has come out here in the second period, picking up a couple of shots quickly, and 2.5 minutes gone here in the second period as Northern Arizona comes in onside. Puck there, Jordan Nolan gets down in low and chipped away there by the Cougars. Thrown in behind Tucker Cox. Number 7 will chase and gets a shot on and stick the side there. Nolan in again. This time the puck is taken away again by Barris. Tries to find Cox cutting through. And
a late icing call.
Yeah, I thought they were going to let that go. It had navigated its way through 2 Northern Arizona players, and sometimes that gets called, sometimes it doesn't. When it cleared the red line, I thought they would not whistle that, but they did. The icing will come back as BYU is back in their defensive zone. Taz Joplin has been in the net tonight for Northern Arizona, stopping 11 shots, and Jeremy Manzella stopping his 18th shot there, as Arizona doing a really good job getting traffic and pucks to the net. Osborne, face-off, sends the puck into the corner.
Just watching this Ice Jack team, they're hitting all of the loose pucks. Their legs are churning just a little bit more. They're making the extra effort to be there on those spots where those pucks are going to be. If there's 2 Cougars in the corner, there's a 3rd Ice Jack coming down to battle for that puck.
Yeah, they're winning the 50-50 battles in nearly every situation, and they're finding open ice. There, you get a long cross ice pass to a streaking NAU player. It doesn't result in a shot, but it puts a lot of pressure on this defensive squad here for the Cougars. And the sustained ice offensive zone time for them also, it just puts a lot of pressure on BYU, and oftentimes results in good shots, if not goals, as BYU does collect the puck. Eisenstadt has it down low and is trying to create some space for himself. One of the things that he was looking for was trying to find Cougar players, but after the better part of a minute on defense, a lot of people having trouble getting their legs moving to cut back and forth and create opportunities to get that puck out.
And then, of course, the icing results in a no line change situation. And so they're stuck out there yet again. You've got that Cougar fourth line out there. Gives the Ice Jacks an opportunity to make a line change and possibly get a good mismatch going.
Yeah. Face-off controlled by Northern Arizona, and then that puck thrown into the middle and then taken out of the zone by Osborne. Osborne leaves it for Smith, who gets through the defense and throws a good shot on, but goes just wide on the short side. Evans will fight down there with a couple of Ice Jacks for the puck. Cleared out there by the Cougars. Back up to the high side and kicked in onto Heck. Heck will use the boards to get it back. Cut down and intercepted by Barber. Barber with it there in his skates. And gets a good cross check to the neck. Puck is up and dropped down there at the feet of Heck and recovered by BYU and thrown in deep by Hayden Nelson. Dimitri Thorson will recover and carry out, and he's got open ice in front of him with Chris Heck does a good job steering him wide, forcing him to keep that shot on his stick. BYU forces a turnover and carry it out as Christensen comes on side, leaves it for Adams. Adams tries to tee up a shot and takes just a little too long. Lets the defense recover. Rudder finds himself on an island here with Cole Tideman. Gets a shot on net. Another shot comes through, loose in the crease and thrown out, and clearing the zone there is Chase Christensen. Adams will chase the puck. It's thrown in deep behind the net. A couple of Ice Jacks there. Into the crease again, tipped up high. Deflected out and away on the shot by Jordan Nolan. Nolan will regroup at the blue line. Gets the puck over to Alex Shoup, who will put it into the welcoming arms of Jeremy Manzella. And for BYU, came out pretty aggressive, trying to force some offensive zone time, but the better part of the last 3 or 4 minutes has been spent with the ice tilted here to the west side. And BYU spending a lot of effort and energy here on defense, trying to maintain this 5-0 deficit. Instead of clawing their way out of the hole, they're just trying to keep the hole the same depth. Martinez, that shot blockered aside, thrown back up high across the slot, trying to find a Cougar, but couldn't get anything set as Martinez will chip that back in. Nolan collects, cross pass, and then set up to Martinez, who has to delay his entry into the offensive zone, does pirouettes away and gets the puck back up to Eisenstadt, who throws it on and deflect on net there by Nelson, turned aside, and the Ice Jacks will get it back on side, and Eisenstadt will take that away, get down below the red line, gloved down by number 8, Lucas Lomax, who looking for a streaking Dane Austin, and unable to continue the offensive pressure, gets it out, and now back in for the Ice Jacks. Barber will carry out with a little bit of momentum, pitchforks that in down behind the net, and here comes NAU again. Puck is chipped into the zone and recovered there by Heck. Heck will throw it out.
Yet another mess up on the icing as the goaltender moved to play the puck.
That's a hard one for me, and maybe Mike can weigh in during the intermission again. But if the goaltender makes the move there, comes out of the crease to play the puck, that should negate the icing.
Now, credit to the goaltender. He stayed in the crease, but he made a move to play the puck. A little bit of a different philosophy there.
It's also interesting, icing is a call that gets as a good lead pass there, gets to Stroud, and a good defensive play there by the Ice Jacks as defensive player gets out in front of Stroud and slows his momentum. And, there's a couple ways to play that. One is to aggressively go after the body and knock him off the puck. And there he just took the space away from him and kept him from being able to get to where he could take a shot. Shot there from Christensen. Puck in low, held by Lagaki. Lagaki over to Beck. Beck out, taken away by Heck. Christensen will dump in low. Stroud will chase Lagaki into the corner. Takes the puck away. Gets it out across, trying to find Heck on the high boards, and Northern Arizona will play it in on offside. And I see I see a lot of it's a physical game. Every hockey game is, and this is no exception to it. But one of the things that is unique that we've seen over the last couple nights is without the in-state dramatics that sometimes come with some of the Cougars' opponents. These guys are making plays against and with each other, and patting the opposing team on the head and telling them they're doing a good job and good plays, and you can have a physical game that doesn't result in everybody being angry about it. So 26, Race Miller will bring it in, take it in deep below the red line, carries it past Eisenstadt, gets it out to Nelson. Nelson will get it back up high to Dimitri Thorson. Thorson will throw it in, and puck.
Net comes off.
Net comes off. Looks like Race Miller was tried to stuff a shot in there on Manzella. He picked it aside, and then as he's coming back up, kicked the net off. So BYU will have a defensive zone face-off. 10 minutes, 48 seconds left to play here in the second period. Still 5-0. Shots 20-12. Northern Arizona. Great stop there by Jeremy as he faced the shooter. A lot of time there for the shooter to set that up and tried to go high side. And Jeremy stood up tall. That deflected away, come back around, try to stuff it in, and the net comes off again.
Played that wraparound really well, too, as he came hard around trying to stuff that puck through.
Yeah, if I'm a goalie, every time someone tries to wrap around, I'm kicking that puck into the seat, or kicking the net into the seats, because
the natural motion to get your foot over there and cover that corner is frequently going to cause problems like that, or have that as a result anyway.
BYU scrambling lines a little bit here in the second period, and as puck does not make it out of the zone. Seen quite a few different forward combinations. BYU trying to find a good job there by Osborne as he's able to.
Good move by Smith there to decide to just make everybody look for half a second. Force the puck to be able to come out of the zone rather than just turning and dumping.
And Osborne with the active stick there in the high crease kept that shot from getting off. Comes up high. Gloved down by Ethan Martinez. Tried to clear it out, but it was kicked back in. And here comes Jacob Eisenstadt. Eisenstadt's got Adams coming with him. He's got a 3-on-2 tipped out to the boards where Jake would come back out, and puck's turned over and played back to Adams in the center of the ice, and he turns it back over as Miller gets a shot on, and Jeremy makes his 19th stop of the night. 19 stops on 24 shots, 5-0. The Ice Jacks still lead. 12 shots for the Cougars. Haven't had an offensive shot or really any offensive zone time here in the better part of 2 minutes. Puck comes out high to Nolan. Nolan dances on the blue line, dumps it back inside to Cole Tideman. Tideman sends it in low. Carried out of the corner by Johnson. Johnson up into the high slot.
You know, this is just one of those nights you watch the puck bounce, and a good couple poke checks, and it bounced right back to the attacking player.
Yeah.
It seems to just be one of those nights.
Johnson there with a shot attempt that's deflected away by the Cougars. And then that shot is deflected up and into the netting. You know, we had talked in the intermission, Brent and I, about just, you know, what we had expected to see here from BYU in the second period. And I think we've seen an increase in the energy level. I think they're playing a little smarter and they're playing a little more aggressively, but they can't seem to figure out how to get sustained pressure down on the other end of the ice rink. And that's ultimately what they're going to have to do, is that shot's deflected up into the net. They've got to be able to, for their legs and for their sanity, they've got to be able to hold time down in the offensive zone and get something out of it. I can tell you as a Rangers fan, it's certainly possible to come back from big deficits, as Alex thought Barris was coming with him, and Barris got held up in the neutral zone, but that time it's to Stroud. Stroud ropes a shot, but great stop there on the glove side by Taz Joplin, as a lot of the left side of the net for Joplin was left open, and Alex tried to find, you know, lifted it, got it up, headed towards that far corner. Joplin just with a great glove gets it out there and makes that stop. Eisenstadt will pinch in and chip that puck up. Glove down, played by Eisenstadt, sent back in. Adams will chase. Adams and Nelson down below the goal line. BYU throws the puck back in. The offensive side comes back in onside. Adams, Nelson, and Barber with a pretty heavy forecheck for what we've seen so far from the Cougars. Eisenstadt will carry back to Martinez. Martinez will turn, throw it up in, allow BYU to change in behind, D to D behind the red line, and then thrown out. Cross the red line, and that's the icing they wave off, as Martinez will recover and carry out of the zone. Throws it up, and Stroud's charging up there. The puck just a little slow to get there, and freeze there for a face-off there to the right of the goaltender. Stroud, Barris, and Christensen with Heck and Rudder on the blue line.
Definitely missing Ian Thunhorst.
Yeah, Ian Thunhorst at home taking care of some family issues. Of a grandparent passed away. I wish him and his family the best. We missed that speed, and Ian fights a little bit for some things. He's definitely on the most wanted list for most teams coming in. He's a guy you got to keep a handle on.
Definitely a full speed of hustle tonight.
7:07 here to play. BYU with a face-off in their zone off the icing. Puck deflected into the corner. Held down low. Sent across, and there into the center. Brought in onside and filtered through there by Kellen Ireland, who's able to get a good shot off and just finding its way through a number of BYU Cougars, and finally able to get a shot off that Manziel is able to stop. And then Rudder.
The Cougars have definitely found a way to defensively stop things. We needed this a little bit more in the first period.
So the puck will come back down out there for your Cougars. You got Osborne, Rudder, Smith, Heck, and Udall. Puck makes it out to the blue line. Chipped in down low where it's covered by Smith. Up the boards to Udall, who will chip it out. Kellen Ireland will chase down and get up to Ian Acuna, who will dump it into the far right corner where it's played by Sam Rudder. Rudder holds the puck, kicks it up. Acuna trying to find the defenseman on the blue line, does get the puck out of the zone. Rudder turns it back over at the blue line.
We're going to get a call on that. Referee called a slash.
Look, there was a penalty there to be had. I
Look at that. Go back to that play where Alex Stroud's coming down. That was a really good defensive play. Sam was leaning on this attacker, and it was just a good defensive play.
When the feet come out, I think it's a call you're going to get most often, but I wouldn't have called it a slash. But nevertheless, BYU on a penalty kill again with Rudder to the box.
BYU penalty number 3, Sam Rudder.
And BYU able to force Northern Arizona
it's
to
like
kill.
BYU's decided to up their penalty kill.
Kill some time in their own zone, just forcing them to take a little more time than they'd like to get it out of the offensive zone, finds a couple of Cougar sticks, and then turned back over, and then forced out as Jordan Nolan is forced to retreat, pick up. BYU changes in behind, and Nolan will carry in on side, hold up at the blue line, send it down into the right corner where Martinez will pick it up and pin it against the boards there with Race Miller. Miller's able to fish that puck out, and he'll take Jacob Eisenstadt up the boards with him. Eisenstadt will collect the puck and throw it out near Chase Christensen. Just a little bit of a wobbler, didn't get everything on it. And Northern Arizona will regroup with 53 seconds left on the penalty.
Interesting to see the disconnect here with the Ice Jack power play. As you seem to be a little bit disconnected. The Cougars are putting some good pressure, I think, that they weren't expecting.
Yeah, that heavy forecheck will change the rhythm as they do get it in. Kellen Ireland takes it there, sends it up. Dimitri Thorson. Thorson will send it back down where Ireland and Lomax will turn it over. And Ethan Martinez will carry it out with a little bit of a numbers advantage for the Cougars as Barber collects it and tries to send it there to the front of the net and deflected out there by Dimitri Thorson. Thorson will hold, allow BYU to get a new center out on the ice. Nelson Barris, and that'll kill off the penalty as the save is made just at the end of the penalty by Jeremy Manzella.
Great kill there. I don't think we've seen power play goal tonight, have we?
No, and I think there was one Nixon Barber's penalty. The fourth goal of the night was a power play goal, but that was the most active we'd seen him on the penalty kill, and the forcing.
Got a delayed call on the Ice Jacks here.
Looks like I believe they'll get a slash on Kellen Ireland as Manziel will head to the bench. Good lead pass gets up to Stroud, who tries to hit Heck cutting in on the weak side, and just a touch behind him ends up in his skates. And they do get Ireland for the slash. 3:15 to play here in the second period. And BYU with an opportunity to reel one of these 5 goals back in. That's another thing we haven't seen a lot of, is that big stretch pass to get the Cougars jump started into the offensive zone. As Adams will win that puck and throw him deep. Manziel is forced to come out and play.
NAU penalty number 9, Kellen Ireland, 2 minutes for slashing.
Back over to Eisenstadt. Eisenstadt through 2 defenders, gains a numbers advantage as BYU gains the zone. Eisenstadt towards the net, thrown there and deflected down and thrown out of the zone by the Ice Jacks. Barber will collect at the red line. 1:30 left on the penalty. to Ireland. Eisenstadt collects, leaves for Stroud. Stroud stick checked away, and coming in is
Great save
Race Miller.
there.
And he got everything but the goal on that, as he got
Another missed hook.
Yeah, he got the goaltender down and then kicked his leg out and kicked that puck aside. BYU tied up down on the defensive zone. Or offensive zone. Certainly, I thought there should have been a hook there going into the corner, but Eisenstadt throws, and Osborne with a deflection. Puck's loose and kicked back in and covered up by Joplin. And 47 seconds left with a couple of good opportunities, making this Arizona Ice Jack defensive squad have to scramble a little bit and make some plays. 47 seconds left in the Cougar power play, 2:01, as Barris wins the puck back to Stroud. Stroud to Barris in the high slot. He throws that on and gloved again by Joplin. And that will move the face-off from goalie right to goalie left. Barris back in the circle. Neutralized in the face-off circle, and puck gets down low. Intercepted there by Heck, who's got Stroud cutting into the slot and goes wide with it, thrown out. Only one player chasing it, and that is Lucas Lomax. Lomax will force Manzella to make a play on the puck. He'll leave it for Eisenstadt. 19 seconds here on the Cougar power play. Eisenstadt comes in, crosses the red line, carries in onside. Good leg save there, and another save from Joplin, and that puck will go end to end. That will kill off this Cougar power play, as Stroud will collect and loses an edge under pressure, and BYU has to regroup. Rudder collects, sends it down low along the boards with a minute here to play in the second period.
1 minute remaining in the second period.
Barris has the puck taken from him, thrown into the high slot and gloved high over the net. Is the shot from Beck. And now Osborne will go down under pressure from number 10, Cole Tideman. Cole certainly felt like there was maybe some embellishment from that. I'm not sure what the contact was that led to the penalty.
It was after, away from the play. Just gave him a shot to the chest. That's his third penalty tonight for number 10.
But with 47.6 seconds to play, BYU back on the penalty, or on the power play. That puck is zipped out and down off the face-off, kill off some of this time for the Ice Jacks, as Eisenstadt will carry. Drops to Stroud. Stroud up to Barber. Barber chips in deep and chases. Down below the red line, up along the boards to Eisenstadt, who'll hold. Back up into the face-off circle, up on, and tries to go short side. Blocker down. Eisenstadt holds below the red line, looking for a play. Stroud up high above the face-off circle. Over to Barber across the other face-off circle. Throws it up front. Pass goes out front from Nixon Barber. The shot and deflected in. Not sure who collected the goal there. Believe that that's going to fall to Chris Heck, who was set up in front. Nixon, hard, low shot that's deflected in. 5-hole by Heck. And as this is our diabetes, or no, I'm sorry, not diabetes, was last night. This is the
Children's Hospital, I believe.
Children's Hospital teddy bear toss. So BYU's first goal, all the fans bring teddy bears, and they throw them out. And they've had to wait 39 minutes, 50.9 seconds in order to throw their various accoutrements onto the ice, all for a good cause, for charity. And BYU with a very much more deliberate power play exercise that time. Power play started with 47 seconds left to go here in the second period. And BYU able to get the puck in low and then work it around to the points, open up, get someone in front of the net, and then get the puck to the net. Good things happen in Heck with a good position there in front of the goal mouth, and he's able to tap that one in, and BYU 5-0 after one with 10.1 seconds left to play here in the second period have reeled one back in, and you can at least look at it and say, we've each got a period.
Yes, this definitely was BYU's period. They came out, played much more aggressively.
Barris out for the draw, wins back to Martinez. Martinez sends across to Cox. Puck played back again to Eisenstadt, sent back into Cox again, and that will be the horn. And so after two, BYU still in a hole, but filling in some dirt beneath them as they will go to the third period trailing 5-1, shots 20-27, and Cougars with a little bit of momentum to take into the locker room. And when we come back here from Provo, we'll have third period action on Teddy Bear Toss Night. Cougars are fighting back as much as they can.
Good to see the Cougars get that ice broken finally. Looks like there's some life and excitement left in them. Kudos to Manzella facing a really rough first period. He's battling back into what's looking to be a little bit more of a normal game now.
Faced a good collection of shots. I think there's 13 here in the second period and no goals, and they had some good scoring opportunities, but BYU able to force the action down into the east end here for the last 2 or 3 minutes of this period and put a little bit of pressure on NAU, and on 20 shots, that's the first goal that Joplin's given up, and he's seen a couple of really aggressive scoring opportunities from the Cougars, and so we should have the makings of a competitive third period. If nothing else, it looks like BYU has come to try and make a game out of it. When we come back here to Provo, we'll have third period action. Enjoy your break, and we will be back in a few. All right, let's play a third period here. BYU hockey coming to you from Peaks Arena as Cougars will start the third period defending the East net, trailing 5-1. Second period activities. BYU with the only goal in the second. 10 seconds left to play. Heck on an assist from Barber and Stroud. No goals from Northern Arizona. Second period penalties, only one for the Cougars. Rudder with a slash and no penalties. Two penalties, a slash and a rough for Northern Arizona. Play starts here as the puck is held into the zone there by Martinez and turned back over by Barris, glove down by Martinez and thrown on net out of the glove from Joplin. Picked up by Barris, rolls off the end of his stick as he tried to turn to get the shot off and carried out. Eisenstadt will chip that back ahead to Christensen, will bring it in. Keeps the puck, leaves it there for Martinez, who gets a shot, deflected into the corner. And,
Good pressure here.
Yeah.
Great way to start that the third with a little bit of spunk.
Thrown in deep there by Jacob Nelson, recovered by Eisenstadt, over to Martinez, who'll send it up to Udall. Will throw in and loose puck. And
Chris is going to take another penalty. High stick?
Not sure if that was,
it's an ice jab.
Jordan
Nolan.
Nolan for Northern Arizona with a high stick. There, BYU will go on the power play here, 18:52 to play. And BYU with more offensive zone time, certainly here in the third period than they had in the first period. Puck is sent down low. Martinez chases it down there and breaking out and bring it in, getting a shot up and high. There was Lomax. BYU will bring it back in. Barris, take it down into the left corner, back around behind the net. Tries to find someone coming into the defensive or offensive end, and no one there. Turns over, sent length of the ice where Eisenstadt will carry. Carries through in, dumped cross ice to Martinez. Will carry it low. Stick checked away, back down to Eisenstadt. Will carry it back up to the top of the face-off circle and wrist a shot towards the net. Tipped out. Barris will recover. Back up high. Eisenstadt at the blue line. Across to Stroud. Stroud comes in low, gets it buck to Barris. Barris, two shots, can't get one to drop. Recovered. Stroud this time to the left side, back up high to Eisenstadt. That shot's deflected, and Stroud will recover. Carrying down, finds Martinez cutting in, and unable to corral that one for a shot. And Eisenstadt will carry out and throw in. Heckle chase. Down as it's thrown cross ice to Lagaki. Lagaki will get up to Shoup, who will send it down low. Barber to Christensen. Christensen, Osborne, Adams. Puck kicked back to Christensen. Chased down in the corner by Malachi Bushy. Bushy will try to send it up high and out and sent onto the stick of Christensen, who throws it on goal. 4 seconds left to play as Barber and Osborne team up to take the puck away, hold in, and then sent in offsides, and we're back to even strength here. BYU narrowing the shot totals, 24-28, as that puck is thrown in and around up the boards to the right side. Recovered there by Honing. Honing throws towards the net, deflected up into the netting, and that'll bring a face-off down to the left of Jeremy Manzella, who has recovered his form nicely after the first period. Disadvantage on the draw, so they'll redo that. The forward on the left side there was creeping into the circle. That puck is won by Chris Udall, sent out, recovered there by Evans. Evans gets it in deep, and Dane Austin will send it around the boards. It's picked up and sent deep again by the Cougars by Martinez. And Chris Udall will get a kneeing penalty. And came flying in there towards the end of the play after the puck got cleared and got his knee up. And BYU find themselves at a disadvantage again here. 16:08 to play. Barris, Stroud, Heck, and Martinez out for the Cougars.
Good stick there by Stroud.
Good stick from Stroud. A good pass up ahead from Barris.
See, in that situation, that's one where I think Barris should have skated up the wing, forced that defender to come over and create some more space for Alex.
Cross ice pass is knocked away there by Stroud and Barris and out of the zone, and give BYU an opportunity to change up. Christensen stops the puck there in the zone and turned over there. Barris able to control and throw down deep in.
That just creates more space, plus he's got possession of the puck, so it kills that time on that clock just a little bit longer.
It's difficult, especially when you're chasing 4 goals, you know, that you're going to try to force scoring opportunities when not giving the other team a scoring opportunity is probably the wiser play. Christensen gets it to Barber. Barber throws on net, chested down, and covered up there by Joplin as Nixon Barber gets tossed into the boards there.
He's had a few skate blowouts these last couple of games.
Yeah, he's getting his muster back. Yeah.
Once again, a good PK here for the Cougars so far.
Puck is carried in there at the blue line, trying to create opportunities. That puck's thrown and deflected high over the net, down at the red line, up on the left side. Stops, pivots, sends it back up to the blue line where Nolan will cover it. Nolan over to Nelson. Nelson back in deep where it's picked up by Shoup. Shoup trying to find someone in the high slot, not there. Back up top to Nolan. Nolan across to Shoup. Shoup had to pull his shot back a little bit as Rudder went sliding through the shooting area, turns the puck over and sent down low where Nolan will recover with 10 seconds left here on the Cougar penalty kill. And Stroud will force them to burn a bunch of that. And turned over there as Stroud and Barris will come as Cougars go back to even strength. That puck is deflected up into the screen off the stick of Joplin. And 14:04 to play at BYU. Get an offensive face-off here. Barris, Stroud, Christensen, Osborne, and Martinez. Osborne, spoke with him a little bit last night. He's sort of being the Swiss Army knife hockey player as he's played forward and defense, power play and penalty kill minutes in each of the 3 games this weekend. And it's important for you to have a player that can fill all those roles, especially when you've got injured guys and guys like missing today, like Wes Prime, who's out with a wedding, his own. Congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Prime.
Yep. It's like we're gonna.
Not sure.
Hand pass.
Stoppage of play, didn't see what it was, but it'll be a defensive zone face-off here for the Cougars.
Lots of bodies missing from this Cougar team.
And that puck thrown out of the zone there by Tideman. It's deep down in there. Smith will chase. Smith will check himself into the board. Martinez deflects, and you got a Cox will turn that away. Stay there in the zone. Udall pick it up and flip it in deep. And forces Joplin to cover the puck. Gloves it over to Ligocki. Ligocki over to Beck. Beck will hold. Fans on a clearance attempt that ends up on the stick of Hayden Nelson. Sends it across and just through the wickets of Nixon Barber. Is unable to get the shot there. He'll chase low. Chipped ahead into the skates there of 17 for NAU. Johnson. Johnson will throw deep. And Heck will recover. Turned over into his feet by Johnson. Acuna.
This is the Cougar hockey that we needed to see the first period. Playing just a little bit more aggressively.
At least
defensively.
Getting to, making people work for the 50-50 pucks, not conceding as Eisenstadt drives in, puts it out front.
No penalty. Rode him right into his own goaltender.
Adams was dragged into the crease, and then his stick was caught up in the skates of a Northern Arizona defenseman. And BYU will regain control. Heck turned over to Ireland. Ireland drives in and loses the handle as he comes across the crease. And BYU able to get that puck back. Heck will cover in the zone, in the corner to Stroud. Stroud tries to chip it out and doesn't. Pile of bodies there as Acuna takes it in low. Everybody back on their skates. Barris gets it out across to Christensen. Christensen brings it in on side, finding a streaking Stroud just outside of his reach. And the puck will come back out as Barris will drop it back to Rudder. BYU will get a change of forwards in. Puck deflected at the blue line and recovered there by Ireland. Ireland will drop back to the defenseman who will send it to the blue line and is covered up there by Rudder. And then dropped back in deep where Manzello will take the puck, play it around the boards. Smith with a big hit there on Shoop. The play will come around to the boards. Out in front, Rudder can't quite get it out of the zone. Finally taken by Evans. A little bit of a headhunter play there as Shoop looked to just be a little bit out of control as Evans came through and fortunate to not have made more contact than he did, but he'll go to the box.
Good opportunity for this Cougar power play. We need to see them click here shortly.
10:27 to play. Stroud, Eisenstadt. Eisenstadt throws toward the net, deflected off net there by Barris. Barris gets it back down into the corner, covered. Heck will chase down below the red line where it's picked up and carried out by Nolan. Nolan with a head of steam, but Barris takes that away from him.
From his full forecheck position on that power play too.
Yeah. Barris gets it into Heck where it's turned back over to Eisenstadt. He'll have to pull deep in order to get BYU back on side. Drop back to Stroud. Stroud back up to Eisenstadt. Back to Stroud. Cougars come in with numbers. Down into the corner out ahead of Barris where it's turned over and flipped up onto the stick of Stroud. Shields the puck, tries to get it to Heck. Heck sends it towards the goal mouth and then deflected out. Played with a high stick by number 8, Lucas Lomax. Tips it out of the zone with a high stick, so it'll come back down for a offensive zone faceoff. Shouldn't it go offensive zone on a high stick in the offensive end?
A high stick on us.
Well, I've been wrong before, so I guess this is... Play comes out, Barber waits, gets everyone on side, takes in deep. Got Adams in front of the net. Adams and Osborne carries around behind the net, drops off to Christensen. Christensen over to Eisenstadt, risks the shot towards the net. Deflected by Adams, picked up by Osborne. Back up to Eisenstadt. Eisenstadt throws down, be recovered by NAU and thrown the length of the ice. There's 20 seconds left here in the power play. 8:47 to play as Christensen collects. BYU heads up ice. Barris at the blue line has the puck taken away. Back to Stroud. Stroud leaves for Eisenstadt. Eisenstadt will carry in towards the net. Good shot up high, blockered away. Back up high to the blue line and out as BYU power play goes dormant. 5-on-5 situation as Shoup comes out of the box. Puck gathered in there and carried out by Honing. Honing throws it in deep. And there along the left boards, Rudder and Udall fighting there with Jeremy Mills. Puck tied up in the skates. Kuna there trying to fish it out. Rudder there. Puck held on, not a lot of movement. Finally does break loose and then set down low. Barris will chase. And they're going to call an interference there on Heck.
I knew when Chris stepped behind the net and just stood there that was going to happen. A little bit of acting by the NAU player.
Yeah. I mean, I think there was probably a little bit of acting there, but he did impede the progress of the player away from the puck. But BYU now 7:36 left to play with Chris Heck in the penalty box, and that shot on net from Race Miller, gloved by Manzella. Nolan will collect at the blue line, drops down low for Miller. Miller at the face-off circle, looking for opportunities. Back up to Nolan. Nolan, the one-timer from Miller at the top of the face-off circle, carried out of the zone. Good pressure there from Hayden Nelson, forces NAU to retreat back, where Nolan, captain, will collect and bring this NAU offense back in. Miller fighting there with Barber.
BYU penalty to number 15, Chris Heck.
Rudder down low. Puck will go around behind the net where it'll be contested there by Ethan Martinez to tie up and get the puck to Barber. Barber will, Christensen throws down deep. Barber will chase in on the forecheck and get tied up down along the wall. Minute left in this Cougar penalty kill. Forecheck holding the NAU offense at bay. A good cross ice pass gets the zone with Jacob Nelson. Carries it down below the red line. Intercepted there and carried out. And here comes BYU with a short-handed man advantage. Odd man rush, just couldn't get a shot where it needed to be, and BYU comes back down. Eisenstadt. Puck is played up top of the face-off circle to Nolan. Nolan tied up, puck gets loose. Lomax looks back up to Nolan, walks it in. Sends it aside to his D line mate there, Jacob Nelson, who gets a good one-time shot on net, covered up by Manzella, and 10 seconds left on the Heck interference play. Penalty, Cougars, 10 seconds left to kill. 5 minutes, 45 seconds left in order for them. They need to collect 4 to even things up. Much more fight out of BYU in second and third periods. Unless something really unusual happens here in the last 5.5 minutes, then most likely what's going to happen is BYU is just going to have too little too late. Really surprised no penalties called. A little scrum there in the face-off circle, but that puck is played down low by Malachi Bush. He tipped out low, played up and gloved down by Chase Christensen, who sends it in. It checked at the blue line. Puck drifts into the offensive zone, and then sent down by Lomax. Recovered by Eisenstadt, who finds Heck. Heck recovers again, brings it in, tries to carry deep, gets shouldered off the puck there. Big hit by Tessimer. Barber pinches in to hold. Puck sent out along the boards and will go all the way down for an ice. 4:32 to play.
Just not a lot moving. Cougars are showing a lot more fight, obviously, this last period and a half. Well, 2 periods at this point now, but we needed that same kind of fight all through the first period.
Yeah, even, after the second goal, if that could have stirred a little something in them, the game was still a lot of time left, and Rudder gets a shot into the back of Alex Barris. Barris will collect. High slot to Stroud. It goes wide of the net, and that comes hot around the boards and out. Osborne will collect, carry into the BYU zone, go back over across to Rudder. Rudder's pass is intercepted and sent in deep. Lomax has the puck, turns it over to Osborne. Osborne over to Stroud. Stroud leaves for Rudder. Rudder up the left-hand boards and out of the zone, carried back in deep and thrown back on side, chipped into the zone by Lomax again. Osborne will have to chase him down to the red line and sends the puck back up the boards. Adams will try to collect, send up to the blue line and out. And here comes Nixon Barber, alone in. Puck gloved aside by Joplin. A good shot there, got through the glove but couldn't stay in the net, and thrown out length of the ice. And here comes Tucker Honing coming in hot there in order to negate the icing. Glove down and nearly into the net as Manzello is out chasing his stick, but Cougars able to get out. Martinez rubbed off the puck, leaves for Nelson. Nelson looking for a Cougar and sent back out by NAU. Eisenstadt pivots, carries in with some steam, gets nearly through the defenders, but stopped, checked off the puck, and able to recover. Sends a cross where Smith will collect. Smith to Eisenstadt, kick out to Udall. Goes back into the zone. 2 minutes, 35 seconds left here in the third period. Evans gets a stick up and it lets that puck go by. Smith will chase down below the red line, recovered there by a Tideman who gets ahead and out on his own, tries to send a shot towards the net, deflected away and sent back out of the zone there by Barris. Barris gets it down deep and then sent in hard to Manzella. Manzella leaves for Eisenstadt. Eisenstadt ahead to chase Christensen. Christensen and Barris come in on side, held up along the boards. Shouldered off the puck, and NAU will come out ahead. Odd man rush here as they've got three, and Rudder does a good job there to force him to take that puck down low, and unable to get a shot at the thread, force it across the crease. BYU changing out behind the play, puck's thrown in deep by Christensen and chased down low by Rudder. Austin turns the puck over to Adams. Rudder unable to get the shot. Sent back up along the boards where it's canceled by Barber and then thrown out onside. Deming with a shot. The big rebound left out in front, but kicked away and carried out of the zone. Nelson shot deflected up into the glass. As we get the 1 minute mark here in the third period, the puck held up there on the left side boards. 2 Cougars and 3 Ice Jacks there. Puck finally settles down. Ice Jacks able to get it out to Martinez. Martinez takes a heavy stick. Another heavy stick. Dragged down to the boards. Puck does get out. Heck, play it off the boards into a number of Cougars. I would have probably thrown this headset had they called in too many men on the ice on that play right there after all of the lumber work that was done in the last half minute, but 30 seconds left to play, and by no means am I saying I don't think anyone's played dirty or just at the end of the game sticks get a little heavier and make a little more noise, and Eisenstadt is going to get asked to leave as doing a little too much chatting with the officials. We'll stay 5-on-5. Puck deflected up over the net into the corner. Shouldered down there along the left boards. Finally chipped up and out. Martinez will chase as we go to 10 seconds left. Martinez looking to get one more opportunity here, sends it up through and deflected away. And that will sound and end the game as BYU wins the last 2 periods tonight, 1-0. Loses the first period 5-0. Solid back 2 periods for the Cougars, and Manzella acquitted himself nicely here over the last 2 periods, stopping each one of the 22 shots that he saw after the first period. And just BYU woke up a tad late for the game tonight and unable to dig themselves back out of that first period hole.
Yep. Far too many penalties, unnecessary penalties, and just a really rough first period. Now, our next broadcast will be, the Cougars will take the Thanksgiving weekend off, obviously, and then they will be traveling to the University of Utah on December 6th. and then we'll see everybody back here at a 2 p.m. afternoon start against the Weber State Wildcats.
All right. So enjoy your Thanksgiving break, everybody. Special thanks to Northern Arizona University players and fans, everybody down at Flagstaff watching and listening. And great game here from Northern Arizona. And we look forward to seeing them again. But Cougars fall here 5-1 and get a little bit of time off, heal some bumps and bruises, and we'll be back a couple weeks for the University Youth. They're going to need to be healthy to go to the